I think just being a DelCorian is fun.
There are the occasional happy hours,
Cooking events with our clients,
service projects together,
skydiving.
We've got runners in the group.
a fantasy football league that we run every year.
Some of the other geeky things, we got a bunch that play computer games.
That's basically our approach to life.
They have to be fun people, have a great personality, easy to get along with.
A dedicated individual.
Native problem solvers.
The majority of the consultants come from association background here, and so they've been in the shoes of the individuals we're trying to help.
A cohesive group.
For the most part, the smartest people I'm around all day are at work.
We have all kinds at work here. We have, Nats fans, Orioles fans, Redskins fans, Caps fans, Ravens fans. We hire just about every type.
Retro appeals to me because I feel like that's when I started the company back in the old days.
Because our world has become more complex, people yearn for a bit of simplicity.
Something that is missing these days, and especially I think in the IT industry, is a commitment to service. And I think that's a retro appeal.
You probably heard the expression, associations, there's one for everybody. Each of those associations, whether they be in the field of medicine, manufacturing, intellectual property on a global scale, they serve somebody. In fact, often they serve thousands of people. So if we can help the associations empower their members, just think of the cumulative good that does.
We really got into the fact that these associations, nonprofits, had missions and they were doing good.
If DelCor were
Yeah, that's a tough one.
I'm tempted to say if DelCor were a fruit, it would be an orange.
I would consider us to be an apple.
If DelCor were a smell, it would be a pine tree.
If DelCor were a national state park, it would be a zoo.
And it would be a pine tree because it's fresh and always welcome.
I consider us to be an apple because it's good for you. People love apples. It's got a strong core, and you can jazz it up in all sorts of different ways.
So if DelCor was a marathon, we'd be what? We are.
And generally when you say apple, people smile. And I think when people think about DelCor, I think we make people smile.
I remember some all-nighters. We'd be in the office all night writing proposals and answering RFPs. And then we've matured into the sense that we have people who are specialists and focus on different functions like writing.
The services have expanded over the years to take into account the needs of the association community and their technology requirements.
To make the management of IT a lot simpler for our clients, to make things more transparent.
We've come from this small beginning to really a nice place to work, and one that we feel that we're making a difference.
We do web strategic planning, technology strategic planning, interim CIO services.
Private cloud.
Systems selections and evaluations, whether it's association management systems, fundraising systems, financial management systems, content management systems.
Routers and servers and firewalls.
One of the biggest things that we can help an association do is move forward.
Project management.
Technology is a huge tool to help them move towards their mission and goals.
Requirements analysis.
We understand that technology is really a third of the success of anything that's technology related. There's culture and people and professional development and process and communication that all has to be part of the mix in order for the technology to actually do what it's supposed to do.
The IT maturity model is actually a great conceptual framework.
And it allows associations to really map kind of where they are.
We hope what it does is gives organizations a way to think about technology outside of the project by project type. We need to replace our AMS, we need a new CMS, we need to do a server refresh, etc. And instead it gives a much more holistic, kind of a broad view across all the different ways that organizations use technology, so that we can talk about it as a way to go from what you're currently doing with technology, which might be functional or it might be restrictive, but we want to bring it to the point where it's really helping you achieve your mission and vision, and that's what the IT maturity model is built to do.
I'll tell you, the flip phone, they're so small, they were nice, just put them away.
I think the old technology where the video game moved left to right, right? And you had one button, maybe two to push, an A and a B.
I miss reveal codes in WordPerfect.
We were implementing a system downtown, and we literally had to pry a selector typewriter out of this elderly woman's hands when we were replacing it with the workstation, and I kind of felt that same way when we switched over from WordPerfect to Word.
I miss my Commodore 64.
Atari Touch Me. However, on Sunday, my mom pulled this out of the basement and was able to return my Atari Touch Me to me.
Yeah, I got some technology terms like, oh, gotta go IPL the system.
I guess netware is even an old technology term now.
The pager, don't miss the pager. Thing would go off all hours of the night.
CompSurf.
Floppy disks.
CRT.
And don't even get me started about talking about computer cards, punch cards. Yes, I am that old, it's sad.
It makes me feel good that I wasn't back in the era of punch cards.
With the Windows interface that we use nowadays, you really don't think about the DOS prompt, so it kind of befuddles me of whenever I go to my parents' house, my dad's got a computer problem, he's talking to me about the DOS prompt, and I'm like, maybe you should stay away from the DOS prompt.
We're not going to be talking technology. It's going to be just interlaced in how we live.
We've seen the communicators and the Bluetooth and the tablets from the 60s be real. So if that's true to form, 20 to 30 years from now, we might be looking at implantable technology or implanted technology.
I do think that technology will be more integrated with the human body, that we'll be able to call up information, through some sort of implant or something that we wear.
Where will technology take us in 20 years? You can't say that on television.